Ladies and gentlemen, guys have heard a lot of stories about road rage. This is definitely going to be one of them. I don't really know if there's a teachable moment here just to say that this story needs to be shared. And I do believe that the child that was involved in this story is going to survive. So it's actually more or less a positive story. But the story is going to have some details that are probably going to rock you to the core, as well as my personal opinions. But that is your disclaimer if you need to exit the video. Okay? Now, the dumbass that you guys see on my screen, this woman with tattoos on her neck and the face that only a devil could love is accused of doing something that I'm sure we all fear. Pissing somebody off in traffic, and then they turn around and start following you. You don't know what they're following you for until you find out in a situation like this. And it's just, you're just thinking like, what in the world? But let me not even say that. I'm not going to tell my personal business. Don't think that's a smart thing to do. But I do think it's a good thing for us to be prepared as law-abiding citizens. I think guns are just like tools. I think everybody should have their tools to be able to protect themselves and their family. Now, police have arrested this woman that you see on my screen for shooting a 17-year-old girl, I believe, shooting a 17-year-old girl in the face during a road rage incident on I-20 in Georgia. How many of y'all heard about this? Douglasville police said that the victim was riding in the front passenger seat of a car. Let me say that again. Front passenger seat of a car traveling eastbound on I-20 from Villa Rica when a woman in a black sedan pulled up alongside the vehicle and fired a shot. The shooter then exited on Chapel Hill Road. A passenger in the victim's car was able to take a photo of the woman, which is how she was able to be caught so quickly. That's the picture that they took. You could see the gun in her hand. You could see the stupidity in her eyes. You could see the fat rolls hanging off the side of her neck right there. Just a dumb individual. What level of dumb can you be? Apparently there are levels to this. The victim, by the name of Ashlyn Crouch, that's the woman who got shot, is being treated at a local hospital, and she is expected to be released. Prayer hands up in the chat for that. Thank God. Thank God. To survive a gunshot wound to the face from a moving car, that ain't nothing but God. That's incredible. That is truly a blessing to survive that. Now let's keep going. Griffin turned herself in at 11 p.m. on Sunday night. Detectives learned that the suspect's 3 children, who were ages 4 up to 9 years old, were in the car with her at the time of the shooting. Let me say that again. Not only did she decide to lose her damn cool having a road rage incident, because that's just what we call it, she got 3 kids. Where are the biological fathers? Or I said fathers. I really meant to say that because she probably got multiple baby daddies. Because she looks unstable. Where are the men that slept with this woman to produce kids by her? I would love for the biological fathers not only to speak out and say something about this incident, but y'all better go get custody of your kids. By the way, thank goodness that nothing happened to them. But this woman completely neglected her kids that were sitting in the back of the car to shoot a random person in the face. What happened on the highway that even deemed this? They didn't hold a gun up to you? Did they cut you off? Did they look at you funny? Were you just having a bad day? She is being charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault, 3 counts of cruelty to children, 1 count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. She was denied bond at her first hearing on Monday morning. Jones was the only reporter in the courtroom as Griffin took the stand for the first time, which you guys saw that picture. Jones talked to Crouch's mother, Diana Crouch, who could not believe what Griffin did to her child, or what she did afterwards. Judge Susan Camp with the Douglas County Magistrate Court said that Griffin, this person, she went to go get her nails done after she shot that 17-year-old girl in the face with a gun. I just have no words for that level of stupidity. I'm going to read that again just to reiterate my point. The judge said, it's not my words, I didn't make this up, I'm getting this from WSBTV.com. If you want to go look up the article. Judge Susan Camp with the Douglas County Magistrate Court said that that woman went to go get her nails done after the shooting. Hashtag life in prison, maybe? Hashtag TTO. She should never be allowed to have kids again. She should never be allowed to be around her kids again. Should never be able to contact them, see them, send them pictures, letters, nothing. She said, that just blows my mind. That makes me think that she had no remorse, Crouch said. And she didn't. Clearly she didn't. Ashlyn Crouch told her mother that the car that she was riding in, told her mother that the car she was riding in accidentally cut Griffin off. Cut her off. And she shot them the bird, and they shot back, Crouch said. That's not something to pull a gun out over. Let it go. Ashlyn was shot behind her ear, and it came out through the side of her right eye. Oh, my God. Crouch said that her daughter is out of intensive care unit and is in a regular room now. People just need to take a deep breath or just stay off the highway. Stay off the drugs. Stop making children. Jesus Christ, man, it ain't that damn serious. Well, let me give you guys the fair usage. She never needs to be in our society again. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. We want to try to make sure and get justice for this story, so if you guys would, do me a favor, simple favor. For the people who are watching this story, just click that thumbs up. For everybody watching, it'll help share the story, and hopefully we can spread more justice and spread these stories, okay? Here we go. Let's get it.
They've arrested a woman they say shot a teenage girl in the face in a weekend road rage incident. The Douglasville Police Department turned to social media for the public's help in tracking the suspect down.
A judge denied bond for 30-year-old Brittany Griffith at her first appearance this morning. Tonight, as Fox 5's Rob DiRienzo reports, we're learning shocking new details about the incident.
Well, Douglasville police tell us it all started as road rage over the weekend. They say here on I-20, Brittany Griffith shot the teen girl in the face. Police now tell us that in the back seat of the suspect's car, her 3 children, the youngest, 4 years old.
They found a 17-year-old female gunshot victim. She had been shot in the face.
Douglasville police say this woman is 30-year-old Brittany Griffith of Temple. One of the people in the car she allegedly shot at snapped this photo while riding eastbound on I-20.
Somewhere around the Highway 5 area, the suspect pulled up beside the victim's vehicle and fired at least one shot into the vehicle, striking the 17-year-old female.
Investigators say it's not clear how all of this began, but they believe Griffith was stalking the victim's car for about 15 miles Saturday afternoon.
Now, that part, I don't know why they didn't put that in the article, but let me rewind it. I want y'all to hear that part. I want y'all to keep in mind that she had 3 people, 3 humans in the car, her own damn children. She stalked, and thank y'all, hit that thumbs up, please. This woman drove her down 15 miles. Was she big mad or was she little mad? 15 miles? That should be all kind of attempted murder charges, and that should be a slam dunk. That should be an easy life sentence. 15 miles. Let me know that y'all heard me say that. She stalked her down for 15 miles, not 15 seconds.
Clear how all of this began, but they believe Griffith was stalking the victim's car for about 15 miles Saturday afternoon. Was stalking the victim's car for about 15 miles Saturday afternoon.
To shoot a 17-year-old girl in the face that wasn't even the driver? Man. Not saying that she should have shot the driver either, but god dog, come on.
One of the occupants of the victim's vehicle took a cell phone photo of the suspect's face, a really good, clear photo. We put that photo on social media, and within minutes we received numerous calls identifying who the suspect was.
She turned herself in Sunday night. Griffith faces 4 counts of aggravated assault and possession of a gun during a felony. She also faces 3 counts of child cruelty because police say her 3 kids, ages 4 to 9, were in the back seat throughout the whole ordeal.
And then she went to go get her nails done after shooting a 17-year-old child in the face.
This makes it clear you don't know what people have in their cars, and you don't know what type of emotional state they're in during these incidents. So it's really important to try and get away from them.
Woman accused tonight of chasing a car full of teens.
She did try to get away. They drove 15 miles. Thank you. Somebody in the chat talking about these gas prices. She drove 15 miles trying to get away from her. You would think the safest place to be is on the freeway, on the highway, on I-20. I wouldn't have exited and slowed down and potentially ended up at a stoplight. If it would have been me giving advice, I would have absolutely have said stay on the highway and try to get away. 15 miles, that's insanity.
For 15 miles and then shooting a 17-year-old girl in the face. Tracy Ann McPeer has the latest on the suspect now behind bars and who she allegedly had in the car with her.
Douglasville police say this started as a case of road rage on Sunday afternoon on this stretch of I-20, with Brittany Griffith allegedly following a car full of teens. Then the teens say she pulled alongside them.
Oh, they said a car full of teens. She could have killed any of them. Matter of fact, if she would have hit the driver and the driver would have lost control, how many other people could have been hit, could have been killed? Could have hit her car, killed her 3 kids. Anybody else who's driving at those high speeds on the highway could have hit them. Look, I'm going to tell y'all like this. I was driving back home. I had just finished a DJ gig in Oklahoma City one time. I can tell y'all this story because I had posted it on my Instagram. It's like far back. There was like a 9-car pileup on the highway. I ended up pulling up on it. It was really late at night. I think it was like after club hours, maybe about 2, 3 in the morning, somewhere around there. Big, huge pileup on the highway. And me, I believe in being a good Samaritan. And I'm just like, hey, people need help. Pulled my car over to the side before the police and ambulance and fire trucks got there and was trying to help get people out the car and check on folks. And the lady, one of the ladies that I ended up checking on, like she literally should have not survived that. Her car was crumpled up like a piece of paper and you just crunched it up. And she was literally, like for the most part, untouched in that little bitty front driver's seat of the car. It was bad. Her engine was halfway down the street. Yeah, what's up, OKC? Yeah, this was in OKC. If y'all remember that, it was some years back. But I was one of the volunteers that went out there. I was on the highway and saw it happen. Got out the car along with a whole bunch of other people. I was like, hey, we need to go help. Fuck all that being squeamish and stuff like that. We need to go try to help. Even if people are pretty mangled up, we need to try to help before, it might save somebody's life. I remember the lady's name. I'm not going to give her name on the video right now. But this thing could have caused a huge highway pileup, and it could have killed multiple people if she would have hit the driver as opposed to the passenger. Just giving you guys something to think about.
And opened fire, hitting a 17-year-old girl who survived. One of the other teens snapped a photo of the suspect, which police posted online. Within hours, Griffith turned herself in. She's now facing 8 charges, including aggravated assault and child endangerment, since police say her own 3 children were in her car with her when she opened fire.
Not only were the victims in the vehicle in danger with bullets flying into their car, but any other vehicle in both directions on the interstate. These bullets go a long distance, and it's very dangerous for everybody.
Major Davidson says police say the suspect followed the teens on this stretch of I-20 eastbound near Highway 5 for miles before she shot at them. And the whole time, they say she had her own young children with her in the car.
They seem to be going further. People's tempers are getting shorter.
Douglasville Police Major J.R. Davidson says a shooting on I-20 on Sunday afternoon is the latest instance of road rage turning violent. He says a 17-year-old girl was shot in the face by a woman following a group of teens' car. The other teens in the car telling police the shooter had followed them for 15 miles before opening fire.
We do know that the suspect followed them continue to stay close to their vehicle on I-20 eastbound all the way into Douglasville.
One of the teens snapped this photo of the suspect. Police posted it online, and late last night, 30-year-old Brittany Griffith turned herself in. Police revealing today Griffith was not alone in her car during the shooting.
The suspect's children were in the back seat. Their ages are between 4 and 9.
Griffith now faces 8 charges, including aggravated assault and child endangerment. She was denied bond this morning in magistrate court. The victim was last listed in stable condition. Major Davidson says if you ever find yourself in a situation like this, try to distance yourself. Exit the road as soon as you can and slow down if necessary. Basically, do whatever you have to do to get away from the other driver.
Okay, so they're saying that they're suggesting, and I don't know if that's good advice or not. Maybe if we have people who have been in law enforcement or whatever can maybe tell me if I'm wrong about this. But to me, it would seem to make more sense to stay on the highway. Am I right or am I wrong about that? Because I could actually be wrong. It would seem to make sense to stay on the highway. Why get off the highway, potentially have to come to a stop? Then that gives that person a perfect opportunity to get out of their car or shoot your car up while you're sitting there like a sitting duck. Because most of the time, when you exit the highway, you're going to end up in one or two places. A stop sign or a stop light or behind some cars. I'm not so sure if that advice is solid or not. I'm not really sure, but maybe y'all can tell me in the comments. Leave a comment and let me know. This is an easy life sentence for this woman. Just flat out stupid. She should never have access to be able to speak to her children or see her children ever again. Let me know what you guys think. And prayers for that 17-year-old kid. And there was a blessing bubble on that car that protected whoever else was in there, especially the driver. But I hope that that team makes a full recovery and hope that whatever physical disfigurements that she's going to have, I hope that they're minimal. But you just don't know with a gunshot wound. Man, it's not meant for humans to be shot in the damn face with a freaking gun, man. That's just flat out stupid. Stupid is the stupid thugs. That's definitely a damn thug on my screen, man. But make sure that you guys share this story. Keep a prayer hands up for that teen. And if they have a GoFundMe, this would actually be a perfect time to put some money into a GoFundMe. So if you guys find out that that teenage girl has a GoFundMe for her recovery, then I always tell people we should donate to GoFundMe when it's to support life. Support life. When death happens, death happens. But I'm more about supporting life rather than death. But thank you guys so much for listening to the story with an open mind and an open heart. Thank you.